Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode series. Ladies and gentlemen, last episode we actually performed pretty well in a few games. One of them in the Capital One Cup, one of them in the Champions League, and we kicked on, man. We really bounced back from that poor episode that we had. We bounced back, we had some good performances, we played some really good games. Lacazette scored a goal, which he hadn't done in 8 games or something like that. And we're progressing very well now. We're playing pretty decently. We've switched up the formation to a 4-3-3, which seems to be working a little bit better. It seems to suit the wingers more than anything. I think it helps the wingers because they're more up the pitch. They're more attacking. And I think that helps them have more space rather than being stuck in the midfield. They're actually playing a more advanced role, which I think really helps. So we're playing a 4-3-3 now. Hopefully it works for us. If it doesn't, we can try and find another formation, but it's been doing all right for us. So before we go into today's episode, guys, if you do go on to enjoy, make sure you smash a like on the video. The goal is 150 likes, and you guys just keep hitting it. Like, it's not even a challenge for you. You just keep doing it. So if you could show your support, just make sure you hit the like button for me. It really does help out. Today, we kick off things with a game against Newcastle, a game that we're going to simulate because we have a very important league game coming up after this game against Newcastle. So we'll simulate this game. We'll play the full strength lineup because I believe it's more than even a week. I think this is the last game before an international break, so everybody's going to come up fresh, and Newcastle go up 1-0 thanks to a Choupo-Moting penalty. The last time we simulated a home game, we lost 2-1 to Bournemouth, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Obviously, it's not going to happen again because we're 2-1 up. With Campbell and Davis scoring. Davis getting a goal there, maybe a header. He's a big boy. Pjanic puts us up 3-1. Very good. Verratti injured. I hope that's not too serious. Lacazette puts it and makes it 4-1. Beautiful performance, I would assume. 4-1. But more importantly, a good result. 4-1 against Newcastle. Very good. Picking up points going into this game against Spurs. Spoiler alert, but you probably already see it in the title. We are playing Spurs in the next game, so it's good that we're going in with a bit of confidence. I'm hoping Verratti's injury is not too serious, though. Right, here it is, without further ado, our game against Spurs at White Hart Lane. A 4-point difference at the moment between us, and we're just trying to keep up with Manchester City at the moment, who are performing very well. 19 points from 8 games, so we're really just trying to keep up with them and trying to create a gap against Spurs. A win here would put us 7 points ahead of Spurs, so that would be a massive lead. Our games against Spurs have historically been pretty good. I don't think we've lost to Spurs yet, if memory serves me correctly. I think it's something like 2 wins, 2 draws, or maybe 3 wins, 2 draws, or something along those lines. But we definitely do have the upper hand against Spurs as Arsenal manager. So hopefully we can continue that record here at White Hart Lane. Not an easy place to go, White Hart Lane. And, mate, this is the biggest game of our season when you're taking a look at just raw fixtures, not taking into account finals or anything like that. When you just take a look at the fixtures, you just take a look at who you're versing, this is the biggest game of our season, so it's going to be huge. But I use that reference because it really is a battle. It is going to be a very tough game here today. We have Lacazette up front with Fekir and Campbell on the wings. Rodriguez, Verratti, and Pjanic make up a mid-3 with Gaia, Laporte, Davis, and Bellerin as a back 4. Very sturdy back 4. Lopez in between the sticks. He had a hell of an episode last episode, man. He made an incredible double save. Honestly, go back and watch it. I forgot which game it's in, but if you didn't see his double save, I believe it was against Basel. Oh my fucking god. Go back and watch it. It was right at the start of the game in the Basel game. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch that double save by Anthony Lopez. Holy shit. Raheem Sterling is actually back from injury. It was a 4-week injury, but 4 weeks went like that because we had the international break. Which takes up a week, and obviously we simmed the game. So 4 weeks just went by really quickly, but we're not going to put him in. We're not going to force him into the starting 11 yet. We're going to play Fekir today, and hopefully he'll get that Band-Aid off. I don't want to risk it, man, because I think when they have the Band-Aid, they have a higher likelihood of getting injured. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but in my head, that's what I think it is. So I'm not going to play him. I'm just going to rest him for this game. He can watch from the sidelines, and maybe if we need him, we'll bring him on for like the last 20 minutes. But Fekir is a beast on the left wing. Honestly, he's so good on the ball, so honestly, it's not a big loss at all. This is probably our strongest team we could put out there, so hopefully we can pull out 3 points here against Spurs at White Hart Lane. Come on, boys, let's beat Spurs. What do we think of Spurs, and what do we think of shit? Thank you, let's go Gunners, and let's get 3 points. We hate Tottenham, we hate Tottenham. I love that chant. It's such a good chant. Fucking hell. James Rodriguez lays it off to Miralem Pjanic. He sees the ball that I see, and it's to Joel Campbell. Great ball there. He's going to cut in on his left. Joel Campbell hasn't done this in a while. Cuts in. Take the shot, Joel. It's wide. Gaia plays in a fantastic ball. Holy shit, Jose Gaia, great ball to Nabil Fekir, cuts in on his right, making it look easy. What's Nabil going to do? He's going to run the whole way. I was about to cut that back, but a good tackle from Trippier possibly saved Spurs there. Oh, Gaia, fantastic defending there from Jose Gaia, and he just pushes forward, bombing forward here, Jose Gaia. What's he got in the tank? What's he got in the locker? That's not where I aim the pass. Harry Kane now, what's he going to do with the ball? He's going to find Nabil Bentaleb. Bentaleb can't do much. He lays it off to Dembele, who finds Kane, trying to lay it back to Dembele. It lands to Kane Eriksson. Good save from Lopez. Boys, you got to get rid when you have the opportunity. There it is, full time, 0-0 here at White Hart Lane, if you can believe that. My goodness, it was actually a pretty dull performance, I'd say, from both teams. Not a really good performance either side of things. Spurs passing it around the back, just typical CPU stuff. Really, really frustrating, honestly. Sometimes just absolutely... oh, it drives me insane sometimes. I'm not even going to think about it. 64% possession for Spurs, 36% possession for us. Nothing happened all game, honestly. There was a few decent chances for both teams. I think the chances that we did have were pretty decent chances, but we didn't create enough. I don't think either team created enough, and we cancelled each other out a lot of the times. We just cancelled each other out. So it ends 0-0 here, and I'm not too upset with that. It wasn't our best performance. I don't think it was Spurs' best performance, but it's a point, it's a clean sheet, and it's away from home. So I'm not too mad about that. Right, just a few days later, we have a home game here in the Champions League against Porto, who currently top the group. A great opportunity for us to take second spot at the very least, and if Sevilla drop points, then we could possibly take first place, but I'm getting a bit too ahead of myself. We still have to do the business here against Porto, who are a very good team. Take nothing away from them, and we actually haven't won a home game in the Champions League yet, so hopefully we can do that today against Porto. Coming off a pretty average performance and result against Spurs, a win would have really helped us, but hopefully we can get out a good performance here. As I said, it's only a few days after the Spurs game, so we're going to have to play a bit of a second string side maybe, rest a few players, but this will be a good opportunity to test a few players out in the Champions League and have a couple of players prove themselves again. I think we'll play Danny Welbeck today as well, but I shouldn't be talking about the lineup now. I should be talking about the lineup when we take a look at the lineup, which is right now. Okay, that is the starting 11 going into this game against Porto. A very different starting 11. Welbeck up front with Sterling and Campbell on the wings. James Rodriguez, Verratti, and Coquelin making a midfield three with Guy, Laporte, Davis, and Bellerin as a back four. Lopez in between the sticks. Coquelin comes into this game. Maybe it's a bit due to fitness, but I actually want to test out Coquelin in this formation. For the record, this formation has never worked for me, the holding one, so I don't know why I'm playing it, but I like the thought of having an anchor and then having two midfielders that'll bomb forward, and hopefully Coquelin does his role today and just completely dissolves any attack that Porto try. He's a great player, and he was complaining a few weeks ago about wanting game time, so you know what, I'll just play him in the Champions League, see how he does. Sterling comes back into the team, his first game since being injured. He still has the band-aid, but I think he's good to go. I have a feeling that he's good to go. Welbeck up front. He hasn't actually played a game in a while because I've been giving Lacazette a lot of game time, so I want to start incorporating Welbeck into the rotation again, and that starts today. If he has a good performance, mate, he's right back in there as potentially being our starting striker. So without further ado, let's get into this game against Porto at home. Let's hopefully pull out our first home win for the Champions League as Arsenal manager. Without further ado, it's Arsenal versus Porto again. It's at home. Let's just get our... How can we not have a home Champions League win, but we have an away Champions League win? It's Corona now on the right-hand side. He's whipping it in. Oh, what's he going to do? Corona with a decent run here. Boys, stop putting in challenges. Lopez with a good save at the near post. My God, how is one player just nearly dismantled our entire defense? Lopez coming to our save. Joel Campbell cuts in on his left. What's he going to do? Joel, he's going to lay that off to James Rodriguez, who's got plenty of room to open up a long shot against his former club. Casillas with a save. What is Casillas doing still playing, mate? You should be in a retirement home by now. Overlapping run here from Hector Bellerin. Great work from Campbell to find him. What's Bellerin going to do now? Is that Coquelin making an advanced run there? Coquelin! Oh my goodness, what a header from Francis Coquelin. I spotted him making the run. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Is that Francis making a run there? Whipped it in, and Francis gets to the header. Perfectly placed. My goodness, I didn't expect him to be scoring goals. I thought he'd be stopping goals. Bellerin finds him perfectly. That is a hell of a cross from Bellerin. Just watching that. I could watch that all day, every day. Great header from Coquelin, finds the corner. Casillas, mate, don't even try. You're not getting to that. Francis puts us up 1-0. Bellerin, nicely done, gets past his man. Bellerin is an absolute man on a mission here on the right-hand side. Look at him just getting away from everybody. Whips in the cross. Oh my god, Welbeck is in there. Bellerin, you can just have my fucking kids, mate. Just have them. You want them? Take them. What the fuck is Bellerin on? What has he taken before this game? I want him drug tested because I'm concerned. As the manager, I'm concerned for Bellerin's health. He must be on something. He's just freaking creating, he's just assisting everybody, mate. We're gonna score. We're gonna be at 10-0 and he's gonna assist every player. He's not gonna score, but he'll have 10 assists by the end of the game. What the hell, mate? Just getting past players like he's a winger. He pretty much is a winger and whips in the cross to a T, 2-0 within 7 minutes, courtesy of the main man Hector Bellerin, the new Mesut Ozil, mate. Coquelin to James. Plenty of room out on the left-hand side for Raheem Sterling. What's he going to do against Garcia? Cuts in on his right. Great work from Raheem. What's Raheem going to do? He's going to run the whole way. He's going to do it himself. Casillas with a save, puts it back in. 3-0. Easy done, mate. Last 9 minutes of the half, plus added time, we'll say 10 minutes, 11 minutes of the half, 3 goals. No worries, boys. I mean, Sterling, honestly, Sterling was just running past statues. They're not actual players. They're just statues dressed in Porto clothes. My God, Sterling. Fucking hell. What a return. What a return for Raheem. What a run. Iker, just stay down. It's 3-0. Forget about it. Just, if I was Iker Casillas, I'd get off the pitch. At halftime, I wouldn't come back on. I'd just stay in the locker room, chill out, watch some Netflix or something. Just chill. There's no reason that you should be here. Oh, James, fantastic stuff. Finds Sterling. What's Sterling going to do? He's just going to loft that over to Welbeck. Finish that Welbeck. Oh my goodness. It honestly feels like every attack we're going to score. This is just after half time. We scored in the 36th, 43rd, and 45th. We've now scored in the 49th. It honestly feels like every attack we're just going to score. I mean, Bellerin has stopped assisting, which is good. I'm not concerned about his taking of any illegal substances, but I mean, it just feels like every attack we're going to score. I was talking about how the 4-3-3 holding has never worked for me, and I'm 4-0 up against Porto in the Champions League. Daniel Verde, what's he going to do? Lays it off to Welbeck, Welbeck to Bellerin. I don't know what Bellerin thinks he's doing in a central position, if anything, but he's just getting past everybody. Lays it off to Verde, who smashes it. Bellerin trying to get another assist. What are you doing, Bellerin? Get in the right back position. That's where you play, if you didn't know. There it is, full time, 4-0 here at the Emirates. By far one of our best performances. I think probably our best performance this season. 4-0 against Porto. We had that little stretch there between like the end of the first half and the start of the second half where honestly it just seemed like every attack was going in. Porto just leaving gaps everywhere. We took advantage. Great performance from everybody. This 4-3-3 holding seemed to be working very, very well. A formation that's never worked for me, just worked for me. Coquelin had a hell of a performance as well, scoring a goal. I believe Welbeck had a double and Sterling scored one as well. 9 shots, 8 on target, 52% possession. Best performance of the season. I'm going to put it out there. I don't remember all of our performances, but I'd say best performance of the season here against Porto. And it's our first home Champions League win. And it puts us in a great position in the Champions League now. And taking a look at our group, we're 1 point behind Sevilla now, who ended up winning their game against Basel, who just look completely out of it at the moment. And it's really, really a shame because they're a decent team as well. But at the moment, it looks like ourselves and Sevilla are running away with it. Our next game is against Sevilla, the team that beat us in the first round, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But hopefully we can take the first spot. It's better to get the first spot, and I really do want the first spot. So a win against Sevilla will put us in a very, very good position, and I'm happy that we still have a game against them to get ahead of them should we beat them. But as far as Champions League, I think we're progressing very well. That performance will give us a lot of confidence. I'm very, very happy with that performance against Porto. And we're looking decent. After a shaky start, we've got 2 wins on the bounce, and hopefully we can kick on. But looking at the halfway stage, we're 1 point behind Sevilla, and I honestly think we'll top this group. Looking at the league, we are still 1 point behind Manchester City. They also drew a game today, as well as ourselves, obviously drawing against Spurs. And that draw for Spurs has actually put them outside the top 4, with Villa now making a push for top 4, as well as Bournemouth. Still a lot of the big teams. Look at Manchester United in 13th. You got Chelsea in 12th, Liverpool 8, Everton 9. You know, a lot of the big teams just not doing well, so a few opportunities here for the likes of Villa and Bournemouth, maybe Newcastle to sneak into that top 4, and Spurs have dropped out. I'd like nothing more than for Spurs not to make the Champions League. But that's it for today, guys. That's it for today's episode. A pretty good episode. A draw against Spurs in the North London derby and an absolute whooping of FC Porto 4-0. Very happy with that result going forward. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy today's episode, make sure you smash a like on the video. 150 likes will be absolutely appreciated. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I can't thank you enough. You guys are amazing. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.